Ciao ragazzi, sono qui con Anthony della Macquarie University e Anthony ci racconterà riguardo i requisiti di ammissione per entrare a una laurea o a un master. Anthony, please tell us everything.
I will try and tell you everything I can. So, buongiorno a tutti. And when it comes to entry requirements for our programs, obviously, if you can imagine at bachelor's level, at undergraduate level, we have more than 300 different programs. So, and each of them will have a different entry point. So on average, the minimum entry requirement from your esame di Stato will be about 70. That will get you into the lower end degrees. Obviously, if you're going to be studying medicine, law, teaching, those have a much higher entry level program, particularly medicine, where you're probably looking at up into the 90s. The easiest way for us to assess an application is to receive the application, which we can then work on. For postgraduate level programs, we use something called a weighted average mark, which basically means the admissions team will pull apart your bachelor's degree and your score. And again, you're going to look at around 65% for most programs, possibly a little bit higher for some of the more academically demanding programs. So in addition to the academic entry requirements, there is also the English language entry requirements. Most of our bachelor's programs and master's programs require a 6.5 in IELTS, okay, which is an exam which analyzes and examines your ability in reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Now, if you're applying for medicine or law or teaching or an MBA, the entry requirements are a little bit higher for postgraduate as well. The easiest way to deal with this, send us an application. It will cost you nothing. And then our admissions team then can assess your application and let you know what conditions you have to meet. Now, let's say, for example, worst case scenario, you apply for a bachelor's degree, but your score is a little bit too low. We have an institution on campus called Macquarie University College, which will give you a leg up, a boost, okay? So you should be able, if you take a 3-year Bachelor of Business, for example, and your scores are a little bit too low for direct entry, your first year can be done in the college, and it's called a diploma. And then if you complete that, you go into the second year of the bachelor's degree. Okay, so it's not an extra year. It's a boosted first year, followed by the normal second and the normal third. So you complete in exactly the same time as if you go in directly, but that first year is a little bit more focused. So in a nutshell, Australian universities like to attract international students, and so there is more than one way in. If you don't meet the academic entry requirements to go in directly, there are other pathways that we can help you through to your chosen program with.
Oh, that's great, Anthony. And one important thing, so regarding the English language test that you accept IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, PTE. Am I forgetting?
No, that's it. That's the four.
It. Perfect.
That's the
Great.
four.
Fantastic.
IELTS, TOEFL, so Cambridge.
Cambridge, yeah.
And PTE, Pearson's.
PTE.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Anthony, thanks for your timing. Ragazzi, se vi interessa saperne di più di questa prestigiosa università, numero 130 al mondo, super. Wow, that's great. Mi potete contattare e vi aiutiamo con tutto. La consulenza e assistenza sono completamente gratuite. Thanks a lot, Anthony. Bye.
Ciao a tutti.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao ragazzi, sono qui con Anthony, il rappresentante della Macquarie University, e Anthony ci racconta riguardo quello che ci piace di più, le scholarships o borse di studio che ci sono disponibili per gli studenti europei. Quindi Anthony ci racconterà riguardo i prezzi con scholarship e la possibilità di lavorare durante gli studi, dopo gli studi e il ritorno sull'investimento. Anthony, thank you very much for your time. Please explain us these wonderful things.
Grazie mille, buongiorno a tutti. I said it before, that's the extent of my Italian, I'm afraid. So just on the subject of studying at Macquarie University in Australia, it's an investment, okay? It's going to cost, it's not going to be cheap as if you were staying at home. So in terms of fees, Macquarie University, we're not the most expensive and we're not the cheapest. We are smack bang in the middle in terms of fees. So our fees are on average about 26,000 euros per year. Okay. However, if you are a holder of a European passport, and I don't mean EU, I mean the whole European Economic Area, all 50 countries, you will have an automatic reduction of 6,000 euros per year. So that's guaranteed. You do not need to apply for it. Your application comes to us. We see the word Italy, Spain, Serbia, Norway, Sweden, and your fees will automatically reduce by $6,000 per year. So that's almost a 25% discount, which gives us a very good ranking in terms of what we are able to fund you. We do have a range of additional scholarships, and they are academic based. So if you have good academic scores, you can apply to receive an extra $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 reduction from your first year, about 1,200 euros off your first year. We do have additional scholarships. We've got a huge range, but I will refer you to the website for those. The two ones that are of most interest to you would be the European Scholarship of 6,000 euros and the Academic Vice-Chancellor Scholarship of up to 1,200 euros. Now, Australia has a lot of good government policies for international students. One is the work permit, which is embedded in your student visa. You are allowed to work for 48 hours over a 2-week period. So let's say, for example, in week 1, you find 10 hours of work. The following week, you could do 38. So it must balance of 48 hours over a 2-week period. We do also have something called the post-study work visa. At the moment, it's between 3 and 4 or 5 years. It's going to change. So I won't give you any concrete information, but we will have something there. Now, Maria mentioned return on investment. Macquarie University is ranked #1 in Sydney for graduate employment. And that is because our campus is so big, we also use our offices to rent to big companies. Microsoft, Fujitsu, Deloitte, Johnson & Johnson. They have offices on the university campus, which means that there is interaction between students and prospective employers. So some smart students are knocking on the door. I'm doing a master's degree in engineering. Do you have any work? So it's not a guarantee, but because of the proximity, there are increasing numbers of students finding work within these companies. So in terms of return on investment, yes, it's expensive to study overseas, but the possibilities are very good if you study with us.
That's great. Maybe can you speak a little bit about your career services?
Absolutely. So we have an employment and career service on campus. Now, obviously, if there will be a big board with all the local jobs, but they also help. they keep contact with various employers. They're always reaching out to prospective employers. Do you need engineers? Do you need media consultants? Do you need accountants? But more than this, they will prepare a student for work. So they will help a student to write a letter, or not write, that's old school, write a letter of job application. They will help you with an interview technique. They will help you to make sure that your resume, your curriculum vitae, that is appropriate for the job that you're applying for. So we put a lot of time and effort and money into making sure that our students are work ready. Because if you're going to pay a lot of money for your qualification, you want good return on investment. And so our careers and advisory services do try and help students to find something after they graduate.
That's amazing, Anthony. Ragazzi, questa università è la numero 130 al mondo, è prestigiosa università che offre un return on investment e per ulteriori informazioni mi potete contattare e vi posso aiutare con tutta la procedura. Anthony, many thanks for your time.
Niente, thank you very much indeed yourself.
Bye.